This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must first come to pass, but the end is not yet. Shalom, first and foremost. I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, or Karkadash. Shalom to the elders for preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And I say shalom to the Akim out there. And this is a sit-down lesson that I want to bring out of this news article from TaiwanPlus, as it says, ASEAN's first military drills could be seen as a sending signal to China. And as you've been seeing, China been building up their military presence over there from not too far from the South China Sea and the Taiwan Strait and the defense zone area close over there in Taiwan Strait. As we've been seeing, the tensions between Taiwan and China are heating up, right along with China versus the United States over Taiwan. Of a getting closer of a potential of China invading Taiwan, because you still got that one China policy, and China still look at Taiwan as one of them. So that's why you seeing these tensions escalating between China and versus Taiwan. And it says the 10-nation ASEAN group has kicked off its first ever joint military drills. The Taiwanese Plus asked Dr. Benjamin Hu, which that's the guy to the right over there, as I'm going to play that video clip just a second, assistant professor at the China program at S. Rochester School of International Studies in Singapore. So I'll play this video clip.
Why are ASEAN nations holding their first ever joint military drills now?
This concern has been ongoing with regards to the regional security environment. I suppose some would say that is a sign to external players, maybe particularly China, which a number of ASEAN countries have got territorial disputes with, that ASEAN represents some kind of consolidated entity and it's willing to translate its talk about ASEAN unity into practice. From the looks of it, they will be involved in maritime patrols, medical evacuation, search and rescue, humanitarian assistance, and disaster relief. So I suppose this is what scholars we would consider sort of non-traditional areas of security, whereby it's not about fighting a war or trying to dissuade others from coming to the region. It's really more on how ASEAN views their own security needs, in this case the non-traditional areas, and it's a sort of a stepping stone to demonstrate some kind of broader ASEAN solidarity and unity on the military front.
Are these drills aimed at China in any way?
All 10 countries involved, and some of these countries have very close ties with China. It's hard to make a case that it is aimed at China specifically. Of course, among the countries represented, there are countries with territorial disputes with China, and I wouldn't be surprised some of these countries perhaps utilizing these exercises as means of trying to generate greater ASEAN solidarity to express concerns about China's territorial ambitions.
So as we seen right there, he was speaking about the ASEAN's first military drill. I believe he was saying it's about like military cooperations and expanding the drills for military aid assistance and non-warlike military drills to that sort. And then he was saying that like some of these allies that's in this military drill, some of these are close allies with China. So that's kind of interesting. We'll see how that plays out. But like I was mentioning again, you have the like he was just mentioning, the disputed of those territorial islands over there, not too far from the South China Sea, where you have all the nations trying to claim territorial islands over there in that area over there. So we're gonna see how that plays out. But we're definitely been seeing the military building up from China, you know, not too far from the South China Sea and the Taiwan Strait, as we've been seeing increasing reports of military building up from China, you know. So we're gonna see how that works, see how that's gonna plays out. That's why we're definitely keeping a close eye on that situation over there in the South China Sea, while the tensions between China and Taiwan is heating up. But this is just basically just like a non-military exercise drills of just in case of an emergency, personnel training and stuff like that. But we're definitely seeing the increasing of military building up over there in the South China Sea. Because you have like I've been mentioning again, Beijing and Washington, they got tensions with one another, and then you got China versus the United States over Taiwan, as China continues to building up their military over there in the area. And then there's been increasing reports of for the last, I would say, 24 to 72 hours of China been building up their military, as a report came out from Taiwan. So we're gonna see how this continues to play out. So with that, this was just a sit-down lesson that I wanted to bring out of this recent news article from TaiwanPlus. As it says again, ASEAN's first military drill could be seen as sending a signal to China. So we see how that plays out. But in the meantime, we're definitely for sure seeing increasing reports of China building up its military over there in the defense zone area, not too far from the Taiwan Strait and the Taiwan Islands as well too. As we continually going to see tensions between China and Taiwan, China versus the United States over Taiwan, as China continues to build its military presence over there in that area. So with that, once again, hopefully this lesson was edifying, like I mentioned before. I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Wakar Kadash. Shalom to the elders for preaching the word truthfully and sincerely, and shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And until next time, I will say shalom.